Hi everyone, welcome back. I'm so glad you're spending a bit of your day crafting with me. Today we are looking at something I've been so excited to share with you. If you love dense textures but hate the stiffness of standard tight stitches, then you have to try this combination. It's pairing half double crochet slip stitch with a extended half double crochet work directly into the very same space. So by combining the short compact stitch with the taller extended stitch, the yarn is forced to fall forward and creates a distinct, beautiful ridge every 2 rows. It has a lovely drape. It doesn't really have distinctive holes, works up beautifully with double knit yarns. And what makes this pattern truly unique isn't just your stitches, it's actually where you put them. So instead of inserting our hook into the top loops, as you usually would, you're actually going into the stitch here directly on the side. So these V stitches. So by pushing the hook through the side loop, it forces the entire top of the previous row to tilt forward, and it builds this gorgeous clean ridge every 2 rows and just feels so cozy, and it sort of even has a bit of a knitted look to it. I am using a 6mm sized hook today. So grab your favorite yarn and let's break this down together. This stitch pattern requires an odd number of chains. For my tutorial swatch, I'm chaining 27, but you can chain any odd number that you need for your project. For row 1, I'm going to go straight into the stitch repeat pattern. I will start and end every row with a half double crochet. This helps create nice straight edges. So in the second back bump from the chain, you're going to yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through all 3 stitches on your hook, which creates a normal half double crochet. In the very next back bump, we'll begin our stitch repeat with a half double slip stitch. So you're going to yarn over, insert your hook, pull through a loop, and then pull that loop through the remaining 2 loops on your hook. It's a bit fiddly at the beginning, so you may need to secure your loops and twist your hook to get it through. The next stitch is the extended half double crochet, and it's worked into that same chain we just used for the half double slip stitch. So you're going to yarn over, insert your hook into that same chain, pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through the first loop on your hook. You should have 3 loops remaining on your hook, yarn over and pull through all loops to complete the extended half double crochet. And that is your stitch combination. We're going to repeat that across the row. So you'll skip the next chain and work the next combination into the following back bump of the chain. So yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, pull through a loop and then pull that loop through the other 2 loops on your hook, and that's your half double crochet slip stitch. And then yarn over again, working into the same stitch. You're going to pull through a loop, yarn over, pull through that first loop on your hook, yarn over, pull through all 3 loops to complete the extended half double crochet. Let's do that again. So we're skipping the next stitch into the next chain back loop. We're going to yarn over, insert our hook, yarn over, pull through that loop and then pull that through the other 2 loops on the hook for the half double slip stitch, and then yarn over, going into that same stitch, pull through a loop, yarn over, pull through the first loop on your hook, and then yarn over and pull through all 3 loops on your hook, and then skip the next chain back loop into the next back loop. It's yarn over and insert your hook, yarn over, pull through your working loop, pull through the other 2 loops to complete your slip, and then yarn over, insert your hook into that same stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through the first loop, and yarn over, pull through the other 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, skipping a chain into the next back bump of the chain, insert your hook, pull up a loop, and then pull that through the other 2 loops on your hook, yarn over, insert your hook into that same stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through the first loop on your hook, yarn over, pull through the remaining 3 loops, yarn over, skip a stitch or your chain into the next back bump of the chain, insert your hook, yarn over, pull through that loop, and then twist to pull through the remaining 2 loops, yarn over, insert your hook into that same stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through the first loop on your hook, yarn over, pull through all 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, skip a chain into the next back bump of the chain, insert your hook, yarn over, pull through the first loop and twist your hook to get it through the other 2 loops on your hook, and then yarn over into the same stitch, insert your hook, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through that first loop, yarn over, pull through the other 3 loops on your hook, and you'll just carry on repeating this pattern or this stitch combination to the end of the row. As we reach the end of row 1, we've got 2 chain back bumps remaining. Skip the second to last one, and in the very last one, work a standard half double crochet. So yarn over, insert your hook into that last back bump of the last chain, and then you're going to draw up a loop, pull that through, and then yarn over, pull through all 3 loops on your hook. Now that we've completed the row, you can already see the pattern beginning to take shape from that stitch combination. To start row 2, you're going to chain 1 and then turn your work around, and I'll show you how the stitch placement builds that beautiful textured effect. To start row 2, you're going to yarn over and work a half double crochet into that second stitch from the hook. That just gives us our nice solid straight line up the side. We're now ready to work the stitch combination into the very next stitch. Usually we would insert our hook into the V of the stitch below, but for this pattern we'll be working into the sidebar and the front loop of the V stitch. The V stitches are pushed slightly towards the back, which helps create the unique texture that we're looking for. So this here, as I turn, you would see that would be the place we would have put our hook into in normal circumstances, but now we're going to go into the sidebar. So you yarn over, insert your hook in the sidebar and the front loop of the V on the top. You then pull up a loop and then pull that loop through both the loops on your hook to finish off your half double slip stitch, and then yarn over and go back into that same stitch, and then you're going to make your your extended half double crochet. So it's yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through your first loop, and yarn over, pull through all 3 loops on your hook. Then we're going to skip the next stitch, and then we're going to go and do the combo in the next stitch. So we are looking for the side loop and the front loop to insert our hook. So we under the side loop, under the front loop, pull up a loop and pull through both loops on your hook, and then yarn over, insert your hook into the same loop, yarn over, pull through your first stitch, yarn over, pull through all 3 on your hook, and that creates our stitch combo going along. So we're going to skip the next stitch, looking for our side loop and the front loop from the top stitch below, pull up a loop and pull through both loops on your hook, and then yarn over, going into that same stitch. We're going to pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through the first loop, yarn over, pull through all 3 to finish off that combo. Skip the next stitch and then insert your hook under the side loop and the front loop, pull up a loop and pull through both loops on your hook, yarn over into the same stitch. You're going to insert your hook, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through the first, yarn over, pull through all 3. Continue working that stitch combination all the way across the row. Work a half double slip stitch and the extended half double crochet into that same stitch, that being the side bar and the front loop, and then skip the next stitch before repeating the combination. Once you've done a few repeats, you will start to settle into the rhythm of the pattern. It is a simple repeat, but the unusual stitch placement creates the lovely textured fabric with the dense, almost hole-free appearance and that subtle raised ridge across the surface. Continue repeating the stitch combination to the end of the row. I'll meet you there to show you how to finish the edge. At the end of the row, you'll have 2 stitches remaining. Tilt your work slightly towards you so you can clearly see those V's. Skip the second to last V and work a standard half double crochet into the very last stitch. The half double crochet finishes off our row neatly. So it's yarn over, insert your hook into that last V, pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through all 3 stitches on your hook to do the half double crochet. Then you're going to chain 1 and turn your work. This brings us into row 3. Just look at that. You can really see how the texture is building. This is the point where I completely fell in love with it. Row 3 is a repeat of row 2. Just start with a standard half double crochet in your second stitch from your hook. It's fairly easy to see the second stitch, so you're going to yarn over and then insert your hook into that second stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through all 3 for that half double crochet, and you'll locate the side bar and the front loop and insert your hook to begin the stitch combination again. So yarn over into that side bar and then that front loop, pull up a loop and pull that through both loops on your hook, and then yarn over, going back into that same stitch to do your extended half double crochet and complete the stitch combo. We can do that again together, so we're skipping a stitch and going into the next sidebar and front loop. So it's yarn over, insert your hook into the sidebar, front loop, pull up a loop, and then pull that loop through both loops on your hook to complete the half double slip stitch, yarn over, go back into the same place and then do your extended half double crochet, and then you repeat that all along the row. Right, here we are, end of row 3. You can see how it's coming along nicely. Just really enjoying the stretch and the texture of this piece. And I'm just going to carry on, and I'll show you how it looks when we get a little bit further on. Feel free to follow along here or skip to the end if you'd like to see how the finished swatch turns out. And that's the stitch in its finished form. Simple repeats, but a very distinctive fabric once it's worked up. If you decide to give this a try, I would love to know what you think. Thanks so much for joining me.